let's jump right in. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're tackling something that honestly feels a bit overwhelming to a lot of us, academic research and publishing. But don't worry, we're breaking it down into a super simple, step-by-step blueprint. We are basing this entirely on the presentation titled For Sharing Research and Publication, put together by Dr. Durga Raj Joshi. We're going to look at exactly how a successful research paper is built from the ground up. So, whether you're staring at a blank page for the first time or you're a seasoned academic just looking to streamline your workflow, this explainer is your cover-to-cover guide. All right, let's get into it. So, here's our roadmap for today. First up, knowledge and AI. Then, preparing the manuscript, crafting the abstract, mastering the methodology, writing the discussion, and finally, navigating the peer review process.
Number 1. Knowledge and artificial intelligence. Dr. Joshi poses a really fascinating question right off the bat. When we use AI, what exactly are we doing? Like, is it just a fancy Google? And more importantly, is AI actually generating brand new knowledge? Or is it just collecting and reorganizing what's already out there? We really have to ask ourselves these questions so we don't just blindly let modern tools do the thinking for us.
Right, so here is the crucial distinction. Human beings actively generate knowledge. We're the ones experiencing the world, designing unique experiments, having those sudden aha moments, and building totally new frameworks. AI, on the other hand, well, it's a brilliant collector. It rapidly gathers, organizes, and summarizes the existing knowledge that humans have already created. So as a researcher, your job is to generate those fresh insights. AI is just there to help you organize your baseline. You're the architect here. AI is basically just a highly efficient librarian.
Number 2. Preparing the manuscript. Okay, think of your title page as the legal and ethical foundation of your research house. It's definitely not just your title and your name. As Dr. Joshi points out, a proper manuscript title page demands absolute transparency. Who exactly contributed? Did you get funding? Or, honestly, just as importantly, did you not get funding? You've got to explicitly list your ethics approval from a recognized board, confirm you have written informed consents from your participants, and lay out any competing interests. Oh, and you also need to state exactly where your data can be found, and acknowledge the people who helped you out, whether that's the university that gave you a fellowship or just the person who proofread your grammar. Get this framing right, and your paper is standing on incredibly solid ethical ground.
Number 3. Crafting the abstract.
I know academic jargon can make this sound super intimidating, but simply put, the abstract is your ultimate summary. It's your elevator pitch. Honestly, it's often the very first and sometimes the only thing a peer reviewer or a fellow researcher is going to read before deciding if your whole paper is worth their time. Because of that, it has to be highly structured and extremely concise. There is literally zero room for fluff here. Dr. Joshi actually gives us an incredibly strict, almost mathematical formula for writing the perfect abstract. Seriously, look at this sentence-by-sentence breakdown. Your first 2 sentences, that's your background. The third sentence is strictly for your objective. Sentences 4 and 5 have to cover your methodology. And the last 2 sentences are purely for your findings. Now notice what's missing there. Implications. They are deliberately left out of this formula. If you stick to this exact recipe, you are guaranteed a punchy, perfectly balanced summary that gives the reader exactly what they need right away.
Number 4. Mastering the methodology.
All right, this is the engine of your research, the research methodology loop. We start out with a crystal clear 1 to 2 sentence research design. Then, we move into defining our population. Again, super clearly. From there, the loop takes us down into our sample and sampling techniques, where we have to ask which ones, how, and why. Next, we define our variables in deep detail, pick our research instruments, and this is key, rigorously prove that those instruments are actually reliable. You usually do this using statistical consistency checks, so you know your data will be sound. Then, we explain our data collection technique, making sure to note our ethical approvals, and finally, wrap up the loop with our data analysis technique. Keep in mind, a weak methodology is almost a guaranteed immediate rejection from an editor. This loop absolutely has to be airtight.
Number 5. Writing the discussion.
Dr. Joshi uses this brilliant V-shaped strategy to visualize the discussion and conclusion sections. Imagine a letter V. You start at the top left by stating your core findings. Then, you descend into your personal argument, the why behind it all. You connect that to existing literature, then to broader theory, until you hit the very bottom point of the V, new knowledge. This is it. This is your unique contribution to the world. Then, from that point, you ascend back up the right side into your conclusion. You offer suggestions for stakeholders, reiterate that new knowledge, note the implications, own up to your limitations, and finally leave off at the top right with issues for future researchers to tackle. It's just a beautiful, logical descent into the nitty-gritty of your data and a smooth ascent back out to the broader academic world.
Number 6, the peer review process.
So when you finally submit your manuscript, or, hey, maybe you're the one asked to review someone else's, what's actually going on behind the scenes? Well, we can break it down into the why and the what. Why do we review in the first place? It's to update our own knowledge, identify limitations, expose ourselves to diverse writing styles, and really just build better study habits. And what exactly are these reviewers looking at? Literally everything. The title, the abstract, keywords, introduction, research questions, they're checking your literature, theory, methodology, results, discussion, conclusion, even your language, references, implications, and limitations. They are putting stress on every single joint of the house you just built just to make absolutely sure it can stand strong.
Now, when those reviews finally come back, your document is probably going to be bleeding with track changes and comments. Don't panic. And whatever you do, don't let reviewer number 2 get under your skin. This is completely normal. It's just part of the process. The secret here is meticulous organization. You have to carefully read through the comments, create dedicated responses to the comment file, and then politely and thoroughly address every single revision they asked for. Remember, it's a dialogue, not a personal attack. Managing this track changes process cleanly and professionally is usually the very last hurdle standing between a painful rejection and a successful publication.
And that wraps up our explainer on Dr. Joshi's comprehensive presentation for sharing research and publication. We've covered everything from the philosophy of AI all the way down to surviving peer-reviewed track changes. So I want to leave you with one final thought. Now that you have this complete architectural blueprint for sharing your work, what new, groundbreaking insights are you ready to build and share with the world? That blank page is waiting for you. Thanks so much for learning with us today.